I start? According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, every day almost 30 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes. That's one person every 48 minutes. These deaths have fallen by a third in the last 3 decades. However, drunk driving crashes claim more than 10,000 people per year. According to NHTSA's website, during 2017, the highest percentage of drunk drivers were 21 to 24-year-olds, at 27%, followed by 25 to 34-year-olds. I have read 4 articles about drunk driving. I believe I am knowledgeable on this topic. After hearing this speech, I will encourage you to avoid drinking and driving. I will talk about alcohol effects on driver, causes to drunk driving, and solutions to solve this problem. I will first analyze a small online survey of American drivers to determine their perceptions and self-reported habits. Alcohol sedative effects impair a driver's decision-making and skills and coordination. An impaired driver lacks the ability to quickly and decisively avoid an accident or even perform routine driving maneuvers. Drunk drivers endanger themselves and everyone on the road, increasing risk and the risk of automobile crashes and death. When alcohol is in your system, it affects how quickly you are able to respond to different situations. Drinking slows your response time, which can increase the likelihood of an accident. Therefore, if the car in front of you brakes suddenly or a pedestrian crosses the street, it will take longer for your brain to process the situation and prevent an accident. According to Jill Saladis-Schulman, who is PhD in microbiology and molecular genetics, many factors affect how alcohol is absorbed and metabolized. These include sex, weight, age, health conditions, and level of alcohol metabolism. Any amount of alcohol in your bloodstream can impact your driving ability. The effects of alcohol abuse vary greatly, putting you at risk for causing an accident or highway injury. Safe driving requires the ability to concentrate, make good judgments, and quickly react to situations. Now that I've talked about some of the problems faced by drunk drivers, I will now discuss the causes. Some of the most critical decisions occur early in the series. This includes decisions about taking part in the events, where drinking will occur, and transportation to get to the event. Decisions made at this point can lead to conditions and make alcohol-impaired driving a virtual certainty. As a result, many current countermeasures don't work. Heavy drinking often arises in response to subtle, overt encouragement from friends. For example, hosts may give the impression that they expect overconsumption and don't appreciate moderation. Or friends may promote heavy drinking to feel more comfortable in their on their own overconsumption. Prevention efforts to alter these influences might seek to redefine hospitality and sociability with less dependence upon alcohol as social lubricant, and promote the idea that friends don't encourage friends to drive drunk. Now that I've talked about two of the causes of the two main problems faced by people who driving when they're drunk, I will discuss two solutions. In 2016, nearly half of all drunk drivers involved in fatal crashes were between the ages of 16 and 34 years. And according to the Pew Research Center, more than 90% of Americans in that age group own a smartphone. There are two mobile apps are tapping into those overlapping demographics to target would-be drunk drivers with easier options to find a sober ride home. These apps are called I'm Drunk, and NHTSA introduced their own mobile app called Safer Ride to help people who have been drinking find a sober ride home. It can be not available to get a free ride home, but you can use public transport or taxi instead. Every single one of them is a heck a lot cheaper than a fine for a drunk driving. Public transport is best if you plan to use it before you leave. On New Year's and other holidays, cities usually leave their public transport open much later than usual, so you won't have to drive at all. After hearing this speech, I hope that I encourage you to avoid drinking and driving. I've talked about alcohol effects on the driver, reasons that influence drunk driving, and solutions. As a call to action, measures that initially target drunkenness and not just against drunk driving, such as checking the degree of sobriety on the roads, influence the reduction in the number of drunk drivers. They also have their weight. but without a comprehensive fight against alcohol consumption, are ineffective. If you are ready to end drinking and driving, I call you today to take action by filling up this pledge.